Hello dear viewer, I'm leesusss, and welcome back to Be Happy. I apologise for the last episode. It was a very frustrating one for me. It was quite a long session, which is why you had a slightly longer video than normal, because I couldn't really split it into two properly the way it was, and there wasn't enough material there. The amount of work that I did and didn't achieve very much. But never mind. Let us get on and do something now, because I have made some progress now. Which bit shall I focus on first? I'm not sure. Probably the Vasbees, I think. That's what we'll start with. Okay, so last time we were at, I couldn't get the Blossom Queen to work. And the reason for that, and the concern was about the floral one next, which I've still got down here, look, was because it needed the flower demand for her is mystical flowers. So there's a couple of plans around this, and most of them didn't work. But I'm going to run through them anyway, just so that you know you're aware of what I did and how I got it working now. So first plan was the breeding. So these are the whole crop sticks, and these are how you normally do breeding. This is how you cross various plants and certain mod packs. You do a lot of this sort of thing, and I drove through a few of them. You can see where I've sort of crossed like the red and the yellow together here to get the blue, and the blue and red to get the purple, that sort of thing. You make various crosses, and you can, if you know what you're doing, you can get through fairly quickly to this. This here is a mystical red flower. Very uninteresting to look at, but there you go. Not a great texture, is it really? But there you go. This is a mystical red flower. There's loads of flowers like this, different colours, like these ones here. By the way, this is also grown on podzol, which is a great word, podzol. So in certain packs you have to grow on garden soil, which is you use compost for. It doesn't work in this pack because composting isn't a possibility. But in here we've got podzol. Podzol is soil surrounded by 8 lots of pine. Is it pine tree? Whatever they're called. Pine tree leaves. And I had a bit of a concern there actually, because I haven't got pretty pine trees anymore, because most of them, the darn trees, have gone and changed them into other things. But I had some over there, so I've been chopping them down now. And you can't dig podzol up, because once it's down there, if you dig it up, it goes. But anyway, by the by, the trouble with this plant here, this is one of the failure tests, because I've mentioned this before, and I should have thought of it, but when the plants are in here like this, I can harvest the petals out. See, there you go, and this will regrow. Put that in there, but it is invisible to the plant, to the bee, as far as I said. This plant might as well be a block of stone, because it can't see it as a mystical flower. So that was a failure. Okay, second attempt was sort of me trying to go sideways. This innocuous looking plant here is a day bloom, and this is not really mystical. It's one from Botanic, but it's very easy to make. So it's sort of the basic flower you get early on, you make early on for doing mana generation. And where you do that, whoa, you don't find that, is you go up here and you use this bird bath here, which is actually a petal apothecary. Certainly a bird bath, I'm sure it is. So what you're doing here is you put a certain number of petals in here of different sorts. So if I put in here day bloom, I did this sort of thing in my sort of casual regrowth let's play, but it wasn't even really a proper session. Just to let you know, this is how you make it. A couple of yellow mystical flowers, a couple of the light blue and the orange ones, and then you chuck them in the water here, and you chuck a normal seed in there, and bang, you get a flower. Just like that. Easy peasy. Right, so the trouble with that is that it's not really a mystical flower either, so I thought I'd give it a go, and it didn't work. So the last method was one I should have thought of first, but I had reasons for not trying it, which is how to get more mystical flowers in the normal game. In the normal game that contains mystical flowers, which is what you use is come on, what's the word you're trying to think of? Come on, man. It's mana fertilizer. Is it mana powder? Not spelled like that. Where is it? I'm looking for it on here. Why has it gone out of my head? Have I still got any lying around somewhere? Oh no, sorry, floral fertilizer. These are floral white powders. This is what you get by grinding up the different powders, but this is the important one here, okay, floral fertilizer. So this can vary quite a lot between packs, depending on how much the mod pack owner wants to control what you can do. So in some of the packs you just combine some I can't remember how you do it now. I think it gives you the one of the I think in regrowth it gave you one of the components, and you mix it with a bone meal, and you got the component out of grass that you bashed, that sort of thing. In some of the packs, you have to actually have floral powders to start with. So this is one way I was heading towards here. I was thinking I've got the petals from the bees, therefore I can grind them up and make more, and therefore just throw this stuff on the floor and make the mystical flowers. In some packs, like Blightfall, they control it very strongly. So here, when you put this stuff on the floor, you get a random set of mystical flowers. But in Blightfall, for example, you will only get, if you combine red powders together, you'll get more red flowers, but you can't get other types. It's a way of, guiding you through and making you do certain things in certain orders. Anyway, but this one's even easier, in fact. All you need is actually, you don't even need mystical flowers. All you need is yellow and red dyes here to make it. So it's very easy. I made some, flung it on the floor, and in fact, that there is the mystical grey flower. What else we got here? Is that mystical pink? That's a pink tulip. Mr. Magenta, there we go. So there's only a couple here, but we only need a couple. And now, her ladyship over here is happy. And of course she makes the petals about 16 times the rate. I mean, these are like something like a 1% drop, I think, secondary output for the petals. And these guys are about 16%. So I guess that's per tick or something. But anyway, we can make loads. In fact, perfect timing. Let us take... Because what I'm thinking, we won't run the Botanics anymore. What we'll do is we'll put the blossom in there, and we'll force another one to become a blossom. You know how it goes. Let me do this, and I'll bring you back in the morning. So I've actually put her in here instead, but this should drive all the way through to make another blossom queen, and eventually she can go into here, and we've got blossom queens. We are very close to having the floral one, and I think the floral one will probably work in the same way, and then the floral one will finally lead to the one I've put on the end, which is the Vasby. Finally. Okay, so at that point there I've got two directions I can go into. First of all, I can look over here and see how the ghasty ones are doing. Still no sign of ghasts, which is good. We're going to need about 28 of these, I think, so we're okay. We're getting there. Right. Keep checking on them. So we've got two ways we can go. I can start building this up right now. I can, I can make this my proper little building over here that I want to make, quite so much, and work around that. Or I can do some Botania, which I've said for a number of times I wanted to do, and it sort of makes sense that I'm getting towards that way, because the way you make the last bees, I think we're going to have to start using mana pools, and quite a lot of mana to make it. So what I suspect is going to happen soon is that once I have the flora, I think I'm going to have to throw a princess and a drone separately into a mana pool, and probably take half a mana pool to make them into the Vasby. I think that's what's going to happen. I'm not quite sure. Okay, so in the meantime, we're making quite a lot of mana here, but it has been a bit of an effort, hasn't it? You've seen how long it's taken. And I've got this mana sitting here, and it has taken quite a long time to get this much mana in here. So we need a more reliable mana source, and that means getting into Botania mana supply. So we need that anyway. So if you're not very familiar with Botania, we're going to need, in fact, what we want to do, we don't have to go too crazy with this, but we don't want to miss this Botania Let's Play. I've done one of those sort of things before, and we want to do more about the bees, but we need to do some. So what we're going to need is 3 sources of mana other than these, because this is fairly slow. I think we can sort of faithfully ignore this. We can use this a little bit over here to make some mana, but it's still quite slow compared to some of the mana generating flowers, and we need 3 good sources of mana. One will be for my own personal use. Again, we're not going to be doing too much with having, mana tools and mana armor. I can easily repair things like my iron pick here with a diamond bit on the end. I can repair that in the tinker's thing. It's only going to take a couple of iron bars. It's fine. I don't need to make a mana steel pickaxe. Not required. Or mana armor and stuff like that as well. I might do for when it comes to fighting the wither. But armor that repairs itself based on mana supply. But for example, I do want to fly around, other than with a jetpack. And you know who you are, has been suggested that I should get a flugel tiara, which is a really good idea. But I need to be able to, excuse me, not cough on the microphone. Have a sip of my coffee. Sorry for the slurp. It's been a very long weekend. It's Sunday and it's been a very long dry weekend. Not as a bad thing, it's been lovely in the garden, but I'm a bit tired and brain's even more fuzzy than usual, and I'm a bit worn out. I think the throat's finally giving out. Anyway, I need a source of mana for powering things like that, so I need a pool that's fairly reliable for that. Otherwise, we're also going to need to open the portal to Alfheim, and Alfheim is the land where the elves live, filthy little tree huggers, and we'll need 2 mana pools with a reasonable amount of mana supply to open up that portal and to keep it open. And the portal is for getting resources, and I think we keep seeing the picture about the bees, about throwing things through to Alfheim and getting different items back. So I think it's going to come in at some point, so we might as well do it now. So to do that, we can't rely on this. We're going to need a good supply of mana. Now, in the near future, you see these they keep getting us floating ones like this, these little floating things. We need certain sorts of seeds to be able to turn the mystical daisies, like the pure daisies, which are made in here, into floaty ones. And when you can do that, you can make there's one sort of flower called the hydrangea that uses water to make mana, and you can make a big stack of these things and float them above each other and use that to make lots of mana. But we can't do that yet. So what I want to make up here is I want to make up 2 mana pools supplied by hydrangeas, and the petals I've got down there, and it's the sort of setup that I know will be enough power to supply keep a portal to Alfheim open, and also maybe one to keep us going. Now you'll need a bit of a kickstart at some point using flowers like this, the thermalilies, to make a lot of mana very quickly to get it open in the first place, but otherwise I think we need a good source of mana. So I'm going to work on that, and I'll bring you back to show you what I have done. Right, well, that took a bit longer than I'd hoped, but never mind. Also, I've had to build out this rather wide platform. I've got to put buttresses and everything under it as well, the size of this platform. I have unfortunately also blocked the stairs that are coming up from the tower below, but I think I can work that out. I can do more things with that later. Anyway, for now, you need a lot of room for these things until you can compact them with using the floaty flower equivalents. Anyway, for now, this will be fine. We can use this for if it comes to it. I was planning on putting a Thorncraft tower up here anyway, so if we can shrink this down later, that will be fine. So these guys are busy filling up these mana pools already. They haven't been running very long, but they should be fine. So over here, what do we have basically is 8, 9, 10, 12 hydrangea, which I think is correct. Maybe I need a couple more, but usually this is what I've had before now to keep a portal open. So it's gaining quite a lot already. So this is the first one I completed, obviously, and this is the other one. I don't know how long it's been running. 20 minutes? I'm not sure. Whatever it is, it's damn faster than those using blooming bees to make mana. But there we go. So over here, basically each hydrangea draws from a pool of water. So if we had one single pool of water here for this hydrangea, it would drink the whole pool. So what we do is we use infinite water sources, and most of the time what we do is with corners. So forgetting this square here, we've got a corner here, two source blocks feeding this one here, which has been eaten by the flower and keeps on refilling. And then you're okay for the first initial ones in here. This is the most compact way I've found of doing it. 8 in the centre. But then as we try to expand out, you start to get problems where you start taking away the source blocks, so you run out of room. But this is I think these things got a range of about 6 outwards. Why are you not feeding in there? You're so full. Just check it's not hitting anything. If it hits anything, it won't feed in there. But yeah, we're getting a lot of mana. I guess at this point here, we're getting to the point where I start making the better mana spreaders, or I start putting lenses on the outside so they send more through. But basically, these are getting so much mana from the flowers around that it's pretty much going full blast. It can't go any faster than it is here. Anyway, so this is about as many as I can put down. Now, besides, what you can do is you can also put on these blocks here. If you make this into dirt, you can put the smaller generating flowers. The size what I have is I'll have at least one of the thermalilies over here to give the occasional boost of mana into a pool to get it going in the first place, because this needs to be mostly full maybe half full or mostly full, before we try and open the portal to Alfheim. But there you go. So this is all running now. Anyway, so I'm happy with this. I'm going to leave it running for now. It's doing a good job. There we go. So that's my little setup. If you look from above, it's sort of a mirror image of itself. So I'm sure there's more efficient methods, but this is the best one I've found. I'm about to run out of fuel. The best one I've found without using the floating versions. Now let's see if we can get underground before without killing myself. There we go. That's not too bad. I've been doing a lot of building, a lot of decorating, and that uses a lot of fuel on the old jetpack. Why am I still carrying my wand with me? Okay. So while this has been going on, when I talk, I'll just put these things away. Yeah. So no, apparently I can't talk and walk at the same time. You suspected as much, I'm sure. While I've been doing this, the blossom bees have been going great guns. So I now have over here 2 of them running like Billy O, and they're probably almost filled up their little box here, probably, I'd imagine. Get in there, get in there. So they're going like crazy. Have you actually? I forgot I had you just making blossom drones, didn't I? I need to turn you into a production system instead. So we've got 2 blossom ones running over there, and I think I've got a 3rd one that has already been converted, I think. We'll go and check, and if it has, then what we shall do is... Why are you not sending the blossom drones across? Have I got a filter on here or something? And what is that plant? A dead bush. Okay. Sure. Am I going to fall through the floor? No. No, I haven't got a filter on here. I'm not quite sure why it's not sending those drones through. I guess I haven't got excess ones yet. That's the reason. That's better. Right, okay. So let's go and check the one over here. I think she's probably fully converted. Yeah, Blossom Princess. And this is all fine. This is all running okay. So let's take her out of here, and we'll put the petals away, because goodness knows what would happen if I didn't put the petals away. Something catastrophic. And the combs as well. I thought about making a golden bag of holding, by the way, just to deal with some of my junk, which just means it'd be more stuff to fill up. Right, okay. So now let's make the floral one. So a blossom and a botanic. We can do that. First of all, why am I putting the torch down? First of all, I didn't actually need to analyse you, but never mind. It's done now anyway. Where's a botanic? I must have a botanic one in. There's a botanic one in there. And I'm guessing that the floral one is the next tier beyond blossom. So maybe we're going to get a... Oh, we're out of glassware. Maybe we're going to get an additional output from these. I can't remember. How do I make the labware? It's diamond and glass panes, isn't it? Something like that? Something like that. Sorry, I'm sighing across the microphone probably. I'm tired. I've been playing for too long now. I should have a break. Oh, did I? Aha. Why the diamond at the bottom? Don't know, don't care. Gone beyond caring. Right. Let's analyse you and see what you want to do. Pollination speed, forestry allele maximum, something. No idea what that means. Mystical flowers again. 3 times fertility. So, I think the other ones, the blossom ones, were long lives. Never mind, whatever. Doesn't matter too much. Normal sort of stuff over here. Same sort of outputs. So I don't really see that she's anything amazing. However, if we look her up in the too many items by spelling her correctly, and then we look through into like that. Doesn't seem to be any better actually. She seems to be about the same sort of output as the blossom. Well, fine. Not going to worry about that. Oh, I've got the Auric Queen over here. We're running out of gold, so I decided to put the Auric Queen over here. I should probably make another one. Let's put her in here. Hold on, we haven't got any mystical flowers over here. Let's go and dig up a mystical flower and move it over. Who put this dead bush here anyway? How did that grow there? We'll have the mystical. Come here. Come on. Come out from under there. Oh, fine. There we go. I presume there are no mystical flowers over here. Well, I guess there are. Let's not worry about it too much. Let's put it down here. Here. There we go. My game volume suddenly seems very loud. I apologise. I did a little sound test. I apologise if my sound is off or I'm too loud or anything else. Sometimes when I have a break and come back to it, my my volumes have changed slightly. Right, so now that we have the floral one, we're going to run her to get as many drones out of her as possible. Wow, she's producing quickly. Not bright enough, fair enough. Okay, 1 second. Right, I've decided to move her over here because she's producing so fast that there's not really enough room inside a normal output from an apiary to handle all the petals she's producing, and I should probably start moving these upstairs. They're not really enough for them to do barrels worth, but I might put some bigger chests up there and tesseract the stuff upstairs. But maybe we'll have a bank of chests upstairs storing all these petals. But for now, there we go. Okay, so we'll make enough of it. You think I'll be more excited about getting so close to having the vase beaten up? But I can't raise the. I can't raise the excitement levels. Okay. What am I doing now? Okay, so from the floral. So this is what I was talking about before about. I think we'll need to chuck a princess and a drone into a pool to get the next one. I mean, unless we can just chuck a queen in. Botanic equals block floral queen. Can I just chuck a floral queen in the pool? What we can try to do. We're not going to turn it to DNA, thank you very much. Okay, it's not saying it in there. The first thing we'll do. Actually, let's just try this now. Give me a second. Let's I know we're not actually going to chuck her in. We're just going to look to see what it says. If we hold her over the pool and we can chuck her in, it will tell us. This is the one with the catalyst. Yeah, see, it would tell us whether we could convert her into a different one. If I hold her over here. No? I thought one of these it usually told you. No, it's not giving me the option. Maybe that isn't true, then I don't know. Not sure. Not going to worry about it for now. But I think we're going to need to chuck a floral queen, a floral princess and a floral drone into a whole pool of mana to get her to make the Vasby. Which seems extreme, and it is in some ways. I mean, a whole pool of manas are very expensive. That's the sort of thing you use to make high level components of Botania. But we only got to do it once, haven't we, really? Once we've got used those 2 mana pools, it's fine. And over here, remember in here I've got half a mana pool in a tablet here. This is virtually a mana pool. So we've got I reckon with the collection of stuff we've got here, we have enough. And this lot here filling up. So look how fast it is. Look, it's almost quarter. How long was I playing this series before I had quarter of a mana pool? Yeah, maybe I was doing it wrong the way I was dropping whole stacks of bees in, but even so, this is so much faster, isn't it? This is what's so much better about Botania. Once you get going, it's you know what you're doing. It's so much faster to produce like this. Anyway, I don't think I'll do it this session because I don't think it's going to be 1 video or 2 videos. I don't know, because I've been playing for a long time. But I think we're nearly there. We're a gnat's fart away from. Sorry, we're a gnat's whisker. We're a gnat's whisker away from making the Vasbees, and we can move on to something else. Well, I can hardly remember why we were doing Vasbees in the first place. I think we were after the. I think the whole purpose of this is me to get grass. I think isn't that what I'm trying to do here? Which seems like a bit of a fool's errand, but I'm sure it'll be useful later. Right, what we'll do? Okay, we'll do that next session hopefully, and then we'll go and do something else like I don't know, make some more industrial stuff. I keep promising to put the laser table over here, don't I? The construction table, whatever it's called, over in here. I'll do that next time as well, maybe. Maybe.